Okay. Hi, everybody. We are talking about and the Flash. The only outlier is the Flash Earth Prime, which they're gonna say it connects to the the TV show. Eventually, they're gonna have to connect the comic too. They might have to continue this adventure in one of these. So I will refer to this one as Earth Prime Flash, and these will be all. The whole rest of the pile will be referred to as mainline Flash. Yeah. Sounds good. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Um, as longtime viewers of my channel know, I have been behind on the Flash for quite some time, mainly because they are paying more attention to Wally, and I just I'm kind of iffy on him. Again, as many of my viewers know, my favorite Flash is Bart Allen. I believe he could have done really cool tricks, and his villains need to show up again, and maybe Valerie too. But the only Bart we have is the Earth Prime book. So I won't be talking about that yet. Um, this was a really good Flash. It was really good. It was a really good first book. Um, it was the kind of book I remember them writing in the '90s. That the it had interactive points, and it was like very unique. It broke the fourth wall a couple times, and it set up the rest of the adventure to come. It set up them fighting Detective Chimp, Eclipso, and Jay getting his powers back. And one of them that I don't even see in the file, but I read it. The connection to his daughter Irie, which um there was a little deviation of a story from the main storyline that um she took him to a daddy daughter dance, and being someone who enjoys the book Kingdom Come, I think she should be allowed to grow up like Bart did and explore the multiverse on her own. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think enough fans know about Ira yet. So maybe in 10 to 20 years, who knows? They brought back Barry after what? He was gone for most of my life. So after 25 years, correct me if I'm wrong. It was in the 20s. He was dead for a decent amount of time. That's all I'm trying to say. And um, I liked that Animal Man's daughter in these isn't portrayed as a sweet little angel. That that one picked up the wrong one. That one, in my mind, has always been um because Animal Man sees his kids a certain way, you know, and maybe that will lead to more adventures with the Flash down the line. Because Maxine and the one we're going over right now doesn't appear to be quite as big a brat, but in in these in this storyline, she appears kind of very self righteous, very not the Maxine we know from the Animal Man series, and I like it. Um, and she wants to be called Animal Girl, which I think is awesome. But maybe it will lead to a a crossover between Animal Man and the Flash, and who knows, maybe more Thanksgiving Day content. A man can dream. But yeah, right now in the mainline Flash in the comics, Wally is the Flash, and he basically throughout this fights the Justice League Dark because a spear lands in Central City or Coast City, one of the Flash's two cities, and it's making people angry. Come to find out, it's a spear and a connection to Gem World. Gem World is where Amethyst rules over from Young Justice. They don't address Young Justice at all in this. Like I said, it really more focuses on Justice League Dark. When Amethyst became a member of Justice League Dark, I don't remember. But hey, that's a minor nitpick. I'd love to see this in trade, especially because I know it leads into Dark Crisis. That's the storyline it's going over right now that I have to get caught up to. But yeah, um, the guy gets the bad guy gets destroyed. I'll wager because Wally gets his his um his butt handed to him, and he gets handed a okay. I'm gonna go back on that. He gets imprisoned in a gem prison thing because he looks like outnumbered and such. Despite what Dr. Fate says in yeah, in this issue, that he is one of the only ones that can stop Opal or whatever the bad guy's name is. An Amethyst villain who just wants his freedom. While he gets his kids to have their powers back. You know, Jay now has powers again. I think it's only temporary though, if I had to guess. As, as well as getting his butt handed to him. Yeah. Um, I don't think there is any plan to cross over the this whole storyline with the Earth Prime event, but they kind of already did that in a sequel to Kingdom Come. Um, the the Detective Chimp thing sort of happens because all of Justice League Dark attacks him, not just some of them, which I I, I kind of feel about that. Eh, because um quite frankly, they could have put anyone on that cover and had it still make just as much sense. Like I said, Justice League Dark as a whole comes after him. Constantine, Amethyst, everybody. Ragman. I like Ragman. Yeah. Packages. Um, you do see Eclipso, and that, like I said, that is where, that is who, that is who Opal's trying to get his freedom from, come to think of it. I'm sorry, the whole reason I can't take Opal seriously, he reminds me of a Steven Universe villain. Amethyst, Opal, you know, all them guys. It reminds me of a Steven Universe villain. And DC, I know Steven Universe is a property that Warner Brothers owns, but you don't want to remind, when you're reading a Flash book and saying, boy, he's getting his butt kicked by Justice League Dark, and you're in the middle of the action, you don't want to draw the reader's attention away and have it say, "Oh, the guy sounds like a Steven Universe villain." Um, that was a minor nitpick of mine. It was Wally, so I, I yeah, don't know what to say there. Wally's had more than his fair share of being Flash, and I don't think it's gonna stop because, like I said, the in the most recent storyline, he connects to the Dark Crisis. A lot of dark, yeah, a lot of dark today. but every Flash connects to a Crisis. Crisis and Superboy, Crisis and the Flash go together like Crisis and Superboy Prime. Peanut butter and jelly, lamb and tuna fish. Lamb and tuna fish. Brownie points if you get what movie I'm referencing. But yeah, I'm finally ready to talk about. I'm finally ready to talk about Flash, Earth Prime. Enough talking about how Animal Man's daughter and Flash's daughter get abducted by a no-name villain and Mammoth. Let's focus on the no-name villain that's supposed to make us YouTubers look bad, in my opinion. That is clearly the far superior no-name villain. He doesn't even get invited to take part in their stupid um Kingdom Come tie-in crossover. He doesn't do anything of note other than he's a YouTuber and therefore clearly evil. I mean, his brain doesn't get fried. He doesn't become just Bart needs someone to take on, I guess. Um, Bloodwork comes back, which again, if they're smart, they'll tie it into the regular main line. What's going on in the Flash right now? Him fighting Justice League Dark, tying in all that busy stuff I just mentioned. And you can't say those other books weren't busy. This was kind of um, not as busy. It was very much kind of very can I have a little whip topping with that. It would have been nice to see something go on that wasn't toward the end. I did like the switch of the art though. It wasn't like ugly. It was very it suited the Flash. You know, first art, first art. I don't think suited the Flash at all. If they were really graphic novels that came out week to week, it, this art really didn't suit him. Um, I like that Magog does show up, which ties into the big crossover at the end there. which I hope is good, but nobody else is talking about it. So again, maybe it needed a bit more pizzazz. They do mention the Psycho Pirate mask, but they don't mention what's going on with like Roger Hayden or High Water or or I think there was a third guy, but any of the Psycho Pirates or their favorite person to mention in all the shows, Lucille. They love Lucille. They're like Lucille. We give powers to Lucille. We need to see more Lucille. That's what we need. Which I really wasn't. I, I want. Damn, I can't talk to it. I was surprised to see they didn't throw in Lucille. Not, not that I don't think she was a great character in the beginning. Now she's just OP. She's just so OP that it's not even funny. Um, what I'd like to see out of the Earth Prime book, other than crossing over with what's going on in the Flash book currently, because I feel it would sell more books, is I'd like the end of the book, end of the Earth Prime series, not this book, but the end of the Earth Prime series, the next one, to have the Linear Men. I'd love to see a version of Matthew Ryder. You guys know I've been plugging a YouTube, a a Wave Rider in some form on the CW, the television universe for quite some time. I've been the one guy on YouTube here. See, I got excited. That really wants to see Wave Rider come in and just. And to do that, you have to do that before. You have to do some version of the Linear Man. You have to do Booster Gold. You have to prepare your world for time travel. Which the other story that did Magog was the Kingdom, and I that did feature the Linear Man, so they are aware of his silliness. But that's just what I'd like to see. Um, sorry I didn't name out the numbers of the issues. It's basically everything leading up to 800 of of the main Flash. But like I said, basically main Flash was the everything leading up to 800 thus far. And um if they don't do a crossover between him and Animal Man, they're missing out. You are free and open to take my idea regarding that. Come on, DC, do it. Make Flash be like, you could see them the whole time, and we thought you were a goof. Like I said, I know they're way past this. I know whatever he does with his kid, or in the main universe, it will be whatever's leading up to this big thing. I know that, but doesn't mean they can't have Animal Man in the future, because Animal Man could be like the dad that his kid plays with, because that's how normal relationships work with parents. Be like, okay, I'm bringing Irie over for a play date. Me and mom have talked about this, but they could just say, okay, Irie went over here, and they could have J-centric stories. It'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel this was one of my best videos. I'll be honest with you. But if you liked it, hey, that's fine. I was stumbling over my words half the time. I, I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate you putting up with my speculation. I appreciate you for forgiving me for forgetting who Opal was a slave to. But I bounce back, as we often do here on the World According to Bob, and I managed to finish the review. So, if you made it this far, you definitely like my stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you liked about The Flash and The Flash Earth Prime. Tell me your thoughts on what they could do to improve the show, what they could do to improve The Flash as a whole, how the new storyline's going. Um, yeah, just talk to me about comics. Has to be about comics. Please. I don't want. Yeah, I know, but I'd like to keep this one about comics. And if you know anyone at DC, send them my way. Like, comment, subscribe. Do it. Bring in the linear men. The art changed, and that was awesome.